So, some time ago, our Polish representatives said regarding Palestine that they will not make any agreements or any deals about another country without this country being involved. So, they meant that we will not negotiate with Israel and USA without Palestine being part of the negotiation, which is a correct stance, like the only one logical and normal, reasonable. And I understand why they meant that and said that, because I suppose we know exactly how it feels to be spoken about behind your back or negotiated about behind your back, because in August 1939 there was this infamous Ribbentrop-Molotov pact, which basically was a pact about a partitioning of Poland between Nazi Germany and Soviet Union. So this is the only correct stance you should have, because everything else is illegal. So basic or against international law. So obviously, basically, what USA and Israel is doing right now, including Great Britain, talking about peace deal, it's just absolutely despicable and ridiculous, because Palestine and Palestinian authorities have absolutely nothing to say. And then I wanted to talk about this pathetic another fake peace deal that USA is offering, while threatening that if this time Hamas does not accept this peace deal, then Israel gets green light to end the war, which means to just obliterate people, do whatever they want, finish the ethnic cleansing. So I want just to translate from a Norwegian newspaper about this deal, reported by Yama Volasmal, who is like a great Norwegian journalist with Afghan background. And to be honest, if not for him, probably we wouldn't hear so much about Gaza here. He was still too light on Israel. Every journalist, I feel like, is too nice to Israel. But this is the guy, maybe I'll talk about it in another video. When Yama Volasmal was interviewing some Israel representatives, he absolutely obliterated them. So he was, for the first time probably, these representatives met someone who was not buying their bullshit. So he was coming with criticism or facts. And one guy, he called him anti-Semite, that he will lose his job, blah, 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 and so on, so on. Because this is exactly the threshold and motstand. Oh, how is that in English? This is basically the kind of interviews they're used to be doing. Only friendly, Israel-friendly interviews, and he's not one of those. But let me hear about this peace plan.
Planen består av i alt 20 punkter, i tillegg til at Hamas skal løslates.
Yeah, of course. Hamas is supposed to release all the Israeli hostages. We're talking about like maybe 20 adult men left. And I'm so sick and tired, probably you as well, of hearing about their hostages. I was heartbroken when I've heard about children being abducted. This is wrong, regardless who does that. I will never be pro hurting children, any children. But yeah, so it was horrible. But we're talking all the time about these 20 grown-up, military-trained people, because now, as far as I'm concerned, it's supposed to be like grown-up men and maybe some adult women among these hostages. Tell me, what about 10,000 Palestinian hostages, including children as young as 3 years of age and pregnant women? What will happen to them? I want this to be included in the peace deal. Like, this is so it's such a hypocrisy, and it's so obviously biased, all this. But what do we expect from the biggest terrorist of our times, which is USA and Israel, the worst terrorist of our times? But yeah, let's see more what they have to offer in their what Trump has to offer in his fantastic thoughtful peace deal.
Gisler og Israel skal slippe inn nødhjelp hver eneste dag, så
Yeah, Israel is supposed to let in aid every single day. Yeah, of course. They will not do that.
skal Hamas avvæpnes. De må levere fra seg våpnene, og de skal ikke få lov til å styre Gazastripen på ny.
So of course, Hamas is supposed to be disarmed, just give away their weapons. So the freedom fighters under oppression are supposed to give away their weapons. So basically, they can be obliterated no matter what. Basically, Israel at that point can do whatever they want. And Hamas is not supposed to be leading Gaza. Yeah.
Noen som helst måte. Skal
In any way.
Israel trekke seg gradvis ut av Gazastripen, men allerede nå sier israelske myndigheter at de kommer til å ha sikkerhetsansvaret rundt Gazastripen.
Yes, IDF is supposed to gradually withdraw from Gaza, but they already mean that they will have the security. They will be they will be in charge of security in Gaza, and we know what that means. We know what security in for Israelis and IDF means. It means terror, just like GHF, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which was or still is American-Israeli trap for killing innocent civilians. Just like they were as responsible for humanitarian help and aid, they're supposed to be IDF is supposed to take security responsibility in Gaza. Yeah, sounds very promising and sounds very positive for Palestinians, people of Gaza.
Folk på Gazastripen.
Oh, even worse, in undecided time. So, yeah, we don't know for how long.
Skal ikke fordrives ut av kyststripen. Gazastripen skal gjenoppbygges.
Okay, they mean that Palestinians will not be, okay, let's say it colloquially, kicked out of Gaza, and that Gaza will be built from scratch, from ruins. But this, I want to add a comment. This is another just ridiculous, absolutely absurd thing, because we've heard this already, that countries, including European Union, but countries, also Arab countries, said that they will pay for building infrastructure, rebuilding Gaza's infrastructure. And I'm all for it, because what these people have suffered, they should have never have suffered like they did, but we should help them in any shape or form possible. But my point is that it should be Israel and USA paying that bill so that they would go bankrupt. This is their responsibility. Israel would disappear if he had to pay for this project, for what they destroyed. And the USA would also, is already, in biggest debt ever, but they would, USA civilians would absolutely hate AIPAC and their government, Congress even more, if they had to pay for it. But of course, it's not gonna happen, right? Because we are run by criminals in this world, so we are run by USA. And they are the good guys. We are supposed to believe as white Europeans that they are the good guys, and that Israelis are the good guys, right? This is just ridiculous.
Gaza skal styres.
And sorry for such a rant, but come on, you cannot get angry when you see this lack of justice in the world.
Av en gruppe palestinske teknokrater eller eksperter, men Trumps avtale sier ingenting om hvem som skal velge disse palestinske lederne.
Exactly, Gaza's leadership is gonna be Palestinian technocrats and experts, but they don't say and they don't disclose any whom that's gonna be, what nationality, if they're gonna be Palestinian at all. And just comment to this thing, to this one, because this is an article from from 30th of September, but I don't have time to record every single day, so I'm hanging behind a little bit. But today there is an article that made me angry, published today, just like half hour ago, in NRK, Norwegian newspaper, that maybe Tony Blair, the British Tony Blair, will be Gaza's new leader. He's called, in Middle East, he's called a criminal. And he will be in the leadership, a friend of Israel. Another Israeli ass licker will be in charge. This is just despicable. European countries, USA, UK, Australia, everyone is complicit in representatives and governments in all those places are complicit of in what is going on, what happened to Palestinian people, and of killing of 700,000 civilians, probably even more. Once again, to remind you, 500,000 of them children under the age of 5. Fantastic.
Amerikanerne, det Israel som skal bestemme dette, eller skal palestinerne selv få velge ut denne ledelsen?
Exactly, so they don't disclose who's going to be in charge of Gaza. So will it be, he's like asking a rhetoric question, will it be Palestinians at all, representatives? No, now we know probably not.
Og en internasjonal sikkerhetsstyrke skal sørge for ro og orden på Gazastripen, men Trumps plan sier ingenting om hvem som skal bidra med soldater til denne styrken.
So yeah, some international community will be responsible for keeping peace in Gaza. What that means? That means that basically they don't disclose what troops from which country is gonna be in charge of that, of securing and make Gaza secure and peaceful. But we know probably what that means. That basically means that either USA military or IDF will be doing that, so basically spreading terror further. I knew for quite a long time that it was all about just land grab. Again, USA is terrorizing Middle East and just stealing land, and that's all it is about. And we, a European Union and Arab countries, are supposed to pay their bill. Guys, you cannot not get annoyed and actually furious when you think about that, this injustice. And I must tell you, if not for civil war in the USA, in United Kingdom, in many European countries, in Israel, hopefully, but if not for civil war, we will be run by criminals another 100 years. So only that can change anything. It's been too long with the same governments and the same people who are, some are even dying in their office, stealing people's money, getting richer and richer and gaining more and more power. So there must be civil war, or we cannot flip the system. Yeah.